post-qualification, the group stages, whatever you wish to call it, players are trying to secure their spot into the top 16. The winner of these two games will still have a chance to make it through, while the loser will be out. So we do see that we have Socke as the Teal Protoss at the 9 o'clock position. Over at 3, we have Liquid TLO as the Red Zerg. Once again, this is the Root Warzone. DreamHost is the major sponsor for this tournament that put up all of the money. And, hold everything, TLO just went 6 pool.
Really unpredictable. I was going to say I favor Socke in this matchup. I think he's the better player. I think he has an amazing Protoss versus Zerg, not to take anything from TLO. But from the most that I've seen from TLO Zerg, he's relying a lot on this kind of strategy. And I feel like he's such a great player. I don't know why he's doing this, but a lot of Zerg seem to be struggling with Zerg versus Protoss lately. So that may just be the reason. I'm not sure what TLO's plan here is. He's gonna scout to the last possible position where he would be, and Socke is gonna be located at the worst possible position for TLO. So TLO's taking quite a gamble here, and I'm not sure that it's gonna work. And Socke is gonna see.
He's about to see it as well. He does that extractor cancel to get the extra Zergling out. He has the first 6 on the way. 2 more running in production will be joining their friends. If you look over in Socke's base, his gateway's only halfway finished. He has found out that his opponent is in cross positions by the 2 empty bases. So he's running over there hoping his opponent did not 10-gate, which he did not. If you look, this gateway's not done yet. Can he get a pylon down if he can wall this?
I'm sure Socke will wall this. Right, Socke? There we go. So wait until the last possible second to drop a pylon. Not the worst idea, and this 6 pull by TLO is going to be in a top spot. TLO is, however, probably going to be able to take a gateway. Socke can't really rally his Zealot forward because it would just be killed by the Zerglings. And he's not going to be able to... Oh!
Why did he stop attacking it?
Yeah, this is something that I like to do, actually, when I 7 pull. I stop attacking buildings so that I can kill them all at the same time and get some money. So TLO is not trying to be over-aggressive here. That's all the links he's going to make, and he started droning already. So this is similar to the 7 pull that I do in steps, except of course it's not steps, and that was not a 7 pull. But, you know, TLO trying to maximize the damage that he does with those links by not killing the gateways. However, that did allow Socke to get a second Zealot. So, not the worst position for Socke either. Most players would have cancelled that Zealot before, but Socke, again, being the fantastic player that he is, kind of just geared up for that anyways.
Yeah, so now he does have these Zerglings running around in his base. There's only 4 of them, and with 2 Zealots, if he controls these well, he should be able to keep these Zerglings from really being able to do a whole lot of damage. He has a second Zealot hanging out at his wall, closing up that gap as he did reposition his third gateway, so that there is this little gap with the Zealot standing there, making sure that TLO cannot rally any more Zerglings into his base. If you look at TLO's base, there's a Roach Horn on the way, and Socke's core is pretty late, because he did drop, a total of 5 gateways before he was able to make that Cybernetics core.
And Socke's 3 gateway is a reaction, and a perfect reaction, if I may point out, to TLO's strategy, because he now realized TLO's not sending anything more. So he wants to be aggressive and send as many units as possible in the forms of Zealots to try and do damage while TLO's droning. So as a response to 3 gates, TLO went for a Roach Warren. Not for any other reason, I don't think. I doubt he wanted to get that Roach Warren, but now he's forced to because of the Zealots. And as you can see, Socke's taking an early economy lead. Nothing too huge. But TLO is probably going to be able to repel this, at least until Socke is finished with his Warp Tech, which I presume has to be rather effective in this position.
Yeah, with these cross positions, it's going to take TLO a long time to get any units across the map. But Socke can just use pylons to warp in. You can see that TLO just does not have any units. These low roaches need to stay on the creep to kite these zealots, but of course this creep has not spread very much, seeing as his hatchery just finished. So it's very tough for him. Zealots are backing off for now. He's waiting for this warp gate to finish before he makes any more units. Oh, there's a Stargate on the way from Socke. I like that a lot. Because one of the things that will happen to an opponent when they do this sort of strategy is their tech will be very, very delayed. So if he can get a couple of Void Rays out, he'll force TLO to have to spend a lot of his very limited income into trying to make queens to hold off the Void Rays. And that little bit of a difference might be enough for just his zealots and a couple stalkers just to win. So we do see him pushing forward with these zealots and the 3 stalkers. Speed has not finished on these Zerglings just yet. This is a very strong push by Socke, but he needs to control it very well. Nice force field limiting the number of Zerglings that can engage those zealots. He's killing a lot of Zerglings, and this is not very good for TLO because it means he's going to be completely unprepared for this Void Ray when it does come over and start hitting on his forces.
And again, I really love Socke's aggression here, because showing TLO 3 gates probably means for TLO there's probably a 4th one coming, and then this aggression by Socke is just forcing TLO to make units rather than drones or taking up or even more queens. TLO still on 1 queen, and all Socke needs now is probably 1 sentry to block his ramp. Those zealots will do just fine against the Lynx. There's the sentry, and now he's just gonna wait for 2 or 3 Void Rays and move out. And I don't see how TLO can stop this, but he's definitely surprised me before.
Yeah, so Zerglings are pushing up the ramp, and they all get force fielded in. These 2 zealots and the sentry will be able to take out all of these Zerglings. Nice job punishing there by Socke, but he does show the Void Ray.
That was an overreaction. I feel like there's only 1 roach. All the Lynx would have easily died to 2 sentries with a force field and a zealot. So again, however, right after showing the Void Rays, he's gonna move to TLO's base. So again, TLO in a very difficult spot yet again. Even if he showed the Void Rays, he showed him only to say, "I'm going to your base now." And TLO doing everything he can, but Socke warping even more units. He should be safe against the Zerglings. He's going to lose a sentry here, however. Not a big deal. Roach is going to work now. Void Rays.
Yeah, he's killing Overlords at the moment, which is just going to make it almost impossible for TLO here. He's not going to be able to make any units, and instead of making more, he's making Overlords. Taking down the first queen. These 2 queens are in a tough position. He's taking down the queen with the more energy, which is always what you want to do with these Void Rays so that they cannot transfuse each other. He's trying to chase down that Void Ray, but it barely makes it to the high ground so that the queen cannot finish it off. All of the queens are dead, and with that supply block that he had on TLO, the next queens are going to take quite a while to finish. This hatchery will fall at the natural expansion. TLO is in a terrible spot. He's basically just giving up this base and building spore crawlers, switching over to 1 base, because if you look, Socke's been at 1 base this entire time as well, just with a superior economy. But he does have these forces hanging out at the natural, trying to make sure that Socke cannot expand while these Void Rays are in his base. So if he can keep this to 1 base versus 1 base, he might have a chance, but it will still be very, very difficult for him.
Oh yeah, he's extremely behind now. Even now, he's researching the what you call that thing, evil chamber upgrade for ranged units, which is rather impressive, seeing that he thinks he can handle this, and indeed he can. But some units by Socke would just be deadly now. And look, he's moving right now with that small bunch of zealots and a sentry. The sentry is staying a little bit behind the nice force field. And there it is, beautiful force field. Beautiful force fields, actually. So all those Zerglings are going to meet their demise now. And I take it that Socke will probably counterattack with his units or take an expansion. And I don't think there's much TLO can do at this point. He's in a really tough spot, and for his life in the tournament as well.
Yeah, so he is now switching over to a layer tech. He's got a lot of resources because these Void Rays keep hunting down his overlords and taking them out, which is making it very, very difficult for him to macro in any sense of the word. So right when, he might think he has a chance, he just can't even spend all of his money to try and stay in this game. So curious to see what he's going to do with this layer tech. Maybe try and get up to mutas.
Funny fact here, actually, is that these two players who you would expect to go all the way are actually both in the losers bracket. Mm-hmm. So they're both fighting for their lives. They lost against Torrent and Kawhi Rice. I believe Socke lost to Kawhi Rice, and TLO lost against Torrent, which is a huge upset. So congratulations to Torrent for that. We'll try and upload those replays at root-gaming.com later on. But just so you get the sense of what's going on, and this could be game right here.
Yeah, pushing in with a lot of Void Rays.